Hey guys, hello and welcome. My name is David Roach, and I am presenting this small free mini webinar today to give you an idea on what the upcoming course, which I'm happy to say is CPD approved now, and one I've been giving to different clinics all around the country, and different clinics, I guess, in the likes of the United States, in Australia, and in Canada as well. So, just want to give you an idea on what you can expect to learn and the idea behind the course and what you can actually achieve when you come and work in this environment with me over 2 days in December. So without further ado, if you can imagine this for a second, consider what your perfect clinic would look like. Consider how it would make you feel getting results for clients time and time again. And also consider how would you feel if you had no stress and financial freedom. They happen through a few different ways. Busy books. Do you want a book that's bustling with new patients, but also regular ones that trust you to keep them pain free? Because that way word of mouth and reviews will be your lifeblood. Clinical setup. Wouldn't you like a clinic that you don't have to worry about being too quiet in the winter or too busy in the summer, leading to stress, leading to crazy hours, and obviously you not being the best therapist that you can be? Results. Wouldn't you like to have a proven plan that you can apply to each and every case that also adapts and molds to each case? Because we don't want a one size fits all cookie cutter type situation, but we want something that we can take and apply to various different cases. That will take the worry out of guessing how each session will go. Because, if you're like me, I hate to think and worry about what's coming in the door next. And then I suppose financial freedom. And money is a dirty word in healthcare, isn't it? But when you learn these skills that you're going to learn on the course with me, you'll know your worth. You'll know how to charge accordingly. And you won't have any problem in charging that money either because you'll be worth it. And that's a big, big thing for me. And it's a really been a game changer in my career. About you, do you love what you do? Do you get a real buzz from genuinely helping people lead a higher quality of life? But also, looking for a way to help more people and have a bit more time to yourself in that because they can come hand in hand. Do you want to be that trusted professional that's known for better results? And do you want to have an improving and all-encompassing system that you can mold and make sure your patients buy into your plan each and every time? What is a high performance therapist? We hear the word high performance a lot. It's becoming a bit of a buzzword, I think, but I've been practicing high performance since I think almost since I qualified. But they're a driven therapist that knows and they're known for being a trusted professional, but also someone who holds themselves to the highest standards. They know how to create an environment where not only the best results are possible, but inevitable time and time again. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. Every aspect of their clinic and themselves are held to the highest standard, and they actually adopt a reflective mindset to make sure they know what they're doing, why they're doing it, how to repeat it over and over again. Some of the biggest issues, guys, are facing us today in private practice are drop-offs. You have a client that books in, you give them the best advice and best exercise that you know how, but they ring and cancel saying they'll call you next week. Probably never happens. Cancels themselves. It's so when someone comes to you, you give them you get them to a certain level, but they just sign themselves off almost. They've probably lost faith in you or your ability to help them even further, even though you might have got some early results there. Non-rebooks. In the room at the end of the session, you try to book them back in, but sorry, to make sure they get the full progress. But they stop you and say something like, I'll ring you when I know my schedule. That's a true sign of the patient owning the room and you not owning the room. And then no shows. We all hate no shows, right? You think you're doing a great job. You prep your day for them, for what you're going to do in the session. There's no for no reason. They don't even call you back. How long can your reputation take that beating? Because honestly, they'll go around telling people I went here and didn't get any results, so I wouldn't recommend you go there. That's a killer for our business. This adds up, absolutely. It may feel like a small thing. You might have 5 or 6 no shows, 5 or 6 cancels, or 5 or 6 non-rebookings. It's so hard. The most expensive thing to do in this business is to create new patients. You need to create patients who are loyal to you, but you do that by having good work, by doing good work, and actually putting an environment in place for them to get better. Um, it may seem like a small thing, as I said, but try moving on to clients who want to be helped. And how can you truly grow as a therapist? Financially as well, leaving you under pressure. You have no personal time. You can't hit your goals that you want to hit, and you're stagnating your career. You're stuck in the same routine all the time, not getting any better, and then you can't actually fix your problems. And that's where this course comes in. It's allow you to get new skills, be able to help your patients even more, and create a better clinic for yourself to live in and be in. Whose fault is this, do you think, guys? How can we change this? I think once upon a time I blamed the patients. I blamed the people, they're not good people, or they haven't come back, so that's more on them. And to be honest with you, it's actually on us. It's on us. And if you're doing everything you can do, if you're investing in your skill set, and if you're making sure you're doing the best you can be, then it's their fault. But until that point, if you don't have a proven process, you're not attacking these issues like we're talking about, then it's actually on us. How can we change this? The easy answer is actually to do the course. But we on the course you learn about phases. And if you bring your patient through your phases, you can't go wrong. Early management, loading phases and return to performance phases. These things are nominal words, yes, but looking after their pain. Understanding when you can load them, when you can load them. Return to performance. Having skills and having sessions in your back burner that you can expose your patients to either A, show them where they're good, or B, show them where they need to improve even further. Be able to assess athletic movements, and that's a big thing. We're not really taught this properly in college. Read what our clients are telling us based on a thorough and inclusive testing protocols for the lower limb. Figure out what you're seeing and how to nail down the root of the issue. Gather a deep understanding of how each muscle joint is connected to the issue, not just if they're not moving, not just if they're moving poorly. Build progressive programs that your clients will look forward to doing, see through, growing your reputation and getting the best results each and every time. And that's what's not being taught there at the moment, guys. That's not being taught. Those three things are not being taught at the moment. And you will learn every single test that I use and why I use them and how to figure out why one thing is working and one thing is not. And it'll be interesting for you to see all this and see it put together in a high performance environment with a high performance athlete coming down on the day also develop the kinetic chain, I guess. Looking at the musculoskeletal system, look at the neural system, looking at the feedback and feed forward system, and how the three of those actually adapt, and how the three of those come together to create the best movement pattern possible for your patient, and in which you apply that into their sport. The three pillars of injury are really interesting. If we look at how it works and how it moves, early loading here, top right, and understand what early load actually is. Because for one person, it could be one thing, and another person, it could be a different thing. But the testing assessments, the athletic assessment, that will tell you exactly where they are. The ability to use the load then, the ability to actually use that load in a movement pattern to get to the next stage. And then I suppose lastly, their ability to recreate the load while moving. And all those three together tie the previous slide together, don't they? The MSK, the neural, and the feedback feed forward. To get here, you must know where this plays and as regards to your goal. And as you progress here to these different areas, you must be able to problem solve. And that's what the athletic movements will show you as well. You will learn the three pillars of rehab. When not inventing these, will actually lead to mixed results, poor outcomes, and basically just guessing when your clients can return to your sport. And that's dangerous because you will pin your name to something, and if they break back down, that's your name gone, unfortunately. Timelines, it's impossible. You learn how to actually put proper timelines in place, or how to actually talk people down from a timeline, or get them ready for an event, or an event that's coming up as well. And how to reinforce those promises you made in the very first session, because that's where a lot of people drop off as well. When you can't reinforce your sessions, when you can't reinforce your promises, and you're left kind of doing the same thing over and over again. God knows we've all been there, I think. Determining the return to play, looking at single joint movement, multi joint movement, tough and rough sessions, which you'll learn about on the course, connection development, loading and reconditioning, and how each stumbling block can be moved around. This can be moved around like a little bit like a Rubik's Cube to make sure to get to the very end point. That's what you will learn on this course as well. Statistically, lads, it's not good. If we look at, yeah, grand sales and results, unfortunately, that's where your clinic has to be on. If you want to buy the best equipment and invest in the best machinery and the best environment, you have to have sales, you have to have income. We look at something like 85%. That's what I say to the staff. 85% of people that come through here, you must bring through a patient journey. There's a couple of people, 15%, that you can help. But you know what? If you've done a good job, you don't need to worry about your results, your reputation, because you've done your job. That's the stat we're going to get you up to. That and more than that as well, to be honest with you, because some of our staff here are performing at even higher levels than that. If we look at markers for success, guys, and this is really important, I think. If we look at the initial consultation, here's where it all begins. What you do in this time dictates how much buy-in you will get. Why is that important? Well, when you learn this conversion consultation I'm going to teach you on this webinar, you'll be able to understand why it happened to them, what happened to them, why it happened to them, and what you're going to do about it, but also why it's important to them, which we'll learn more about. Look at that 4 or 5 session mark then, the ability to problem solve what you see in the follow-ups. You must have an idea of what they will look like in the next session. How can we do that? Again, simply it's the process, it's what you're learning. And if you feel like you're losing your patient, revitalizing your patient by bringing them back to some athletic movements and figure where they're good, where they're bad, and how to plan from there. The return to performance sessions, know when to push them. Clients will drop off when they think you don't have any more tricks up your sleeve. Taking this course, you will have endless drills and always know when to push them. And it's not about telling them where they're weak, it's showing them where they're weak. And that's how you get real buy-in, guys. But a massive part of this, and it's all the shiny bullet stuff, but return to performance sessions are amazing. You will learn some of my favorite drills for sports people that helps not only overcome injury, go back to sport even better, and in turn rave about your clinic. I'm very lucky to work with some of the best athletes in the world. In the past year, we've had NFL athletes, Olympic champions, international professional footballers all visit me for this exact same thing. And you will learn these in this 2 day course in December here on site in my clinic in my high performance gym. We look at phase one. We look at phase one. You learn this when you see this happen in person. Make the drills about the person and the sport. Come and learn how. Phase two, how to how to help them by problem solving when they're while on the pitch, and in turn create smooth, efficient movement patterns. Together sessions that are not just in your gym or on your treatment table anymore. Let's look at pitch side stuff. And then our phase three is master your multiple direction return to performance programming. Anybody can get anybody back onto the pitch. It's return to the previous performance levels with the minimum amount of injury risk, re-injury risk, and the maximum amount of performance levels re-attained, shall we say, and how quick you can get them back there. These are things that are so interesting to learn and how you make sure people come and see you time and time again. But it has to be a multifaceted approach, guys. Stress. You have to have a strategy. This will be a strategy for you. Because hands up here, guys, who's at their best when they're stressed. Okay, who you are, if you've had a poor night's sleep, or if you're stressed and you're guessing and you're worried about the patient coming in, you're not going to be as good as you actually can be. Tools. Tools help you design programs. Having like any good professional, the more tools you have, the better you are, meaning more and more clients. That saying comes back to me over and over again. If all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. We're going to give you a whole tool set here. Patient journey, the content. Patient journey is brilliant because when you bring people through patient journeys, you get to know them. They can refer patients to you. You can actually create good content off the back of that for your social media pages as well. And I'll take you out to that as well when you're down here. When you get results, you will have to keep the clients. You will keep the clients that you have. So no more trying to fill your book week in, week out. Sometimes I look at my book 6 weeks down the line, it's already full. That's a nice place to be because I can relax. And when I can relax, I can grow. With growth, it's all about your reputation. And when you implement these protocols, your rep will grow, making you a sought out therapist. The biggest problem I face, guys, all messing aside, is actually get people into my books and trying to squeeze them in, but keeping the quality high. And I will never sacrifice quality. And I have time set aside for myself to grow, to learn, to study, do my PhD studies at the moment. And that's a massive thing for me and my staff as we grow as a clinic and move to our new location. Who is this for? Realistically, I've said a lot there, but different things, but it's actually for any therapist, coach, or health professional who prescribes exercise and who wants to prove a plan to follow to ensure the best outcomes for their clients. Simple as, but also this actually breaks into things like chiropractic for rehabilitation, osteopaths for giving exercise that actually are outside the normal sport and boundaries. People like coaches, S&C coaches, all personal trainers. If you want to have a proven performance and have a protocol, a performance protocol that allows you to get your client back to you over and over again, will give them the best results. This is how you do it. What and where, guys? There is, let's be honest, like this is going to be, a really small focus group, 10 therapists in my clinic here for the weekend, a Saturday all day and the majority of them all day on a Sunday, with actually a Saturday night kind of what we like to call like a social gathering or a meeting of minds on how we exchange professional ideas on a Saturday evening over a nice dinner here in Kilkenny City, which is a brilliant place, lovely place to come. Just 10 civil therapists, and I can already tell you 10 of those places, sorry, 5 of those places are already gone up to 10. It's over 2 days. You'll be locked away with us in a closed down environment for intensive learning, both here and we're going to look to go onto the pitch side as well, weather allowing. But these areas are bringing from the bed into the gym onto the pitch. And it is an investment. Let's be honest, guys. There is an investment, but buy into yourself. This stuff, obviously, if you have your own clinic or any sort of sole trader, you can claim back on insurance or you can claim through a club that might want to sponsor you as well. This investment is for yourself. And the small money that you invest now will be seen in your book over and over and over again. Because if you have a caseload of as little as 10 and you create two more patients a week off that, or create two more return sessions off that, bring them through to a process, you're looking at 10 by 2 is at 20. You're looking at 20 extra patients a month straight off the bat, and that more than covers the fee by the look of it. So you really want to look at investing yourself and figuring out where you want to be in the next 12 months because I think it's really important that you make 2024 the year that you really step up to the plate. It'd be easy just to sit back and look at this as another kind of sales pitch, but trust me, it's not. These kind of skills that I'm going to teach you are ones that I learned and I've used myself to ensure that we have two clinics, make soon going to be three, brand new clinic being built at the moment, state of the art, and also working with international teams, FN and NFL players, a host of other athletes to come see me week in, week out here to Kenny. If you want these kind of results for yourself, you want to be that trusted therapist, you know how to do it. Book in, make sure you don't miss out on the spot, guys, because this is the last time we do it for over a year at least, and even then, it's not a start. So I don't want to sound like a hard sell. If you have any questions about any of this, guys, or a payment plan that you want put in place for you, because we do that as well, feel free to drop me a message on Instagram or drop me an email, and we will make sure you're looked after. Until then, Excited to see everybody on December 2nd and 3rd. I'm really looking forward to changing your mindset, looking forward to helping you build your clinics, and I take great pride in that. So, God bless and see you in December. Bye bye.